Right now, as you're reading this, your signal is aligning. That's not hype, that's pattern. Less than 1% will let this idea pass their guard. What if Jesus never came to install distance between you and the divine, but to collapse it? Through Thoth's Hermetic lens, the teaching isn't look up and wait, it's look in and remember. The church gave you ladders. The master pointed to a door you already carry. As above, so below. As within, so without. If that stirs something in your chest, you're not here by accident. Let's clear the fog. Institutions survive by centralizing access. Mystics threaten that by decentralizing it. Jesus speaks in parables that behave like keys, short shapes that open long corridors. The kingdom is within you. You will do greater works. Let those who have ears hear. Thoth would call these activation phrases, language designed to tilt perception away from superstition and toward correspondence. In this frame, miracle isn't violation of nature, it's coherence with it. You don't beg a distant sky for crumbs. You become a tuned instrument through which the song can play. You felt the difference. Faith that lives as posture versus belief that lives as performance. On your honest days, you suspect the real sermon starts after the sermon, when you breathe a little slower, forgive a little faster, and reality rearranges itself around a single aligned choice. That isn't luck, that's law. The Nazarene didn't say, wait for permission. He said, follow me. Not as a fan club, as a practice. Walk how I walk, see how I see, do what I do. Then watch the world answer back. So here's the shift we're making in this episode. We're going to decode Jesus through Thoth's map, the law of correspondence, state, sight, the law of vibration, heart coherence, clearer outcomes, and the practice we'll call sacred alignment, 15 minutes that turns aspiration into embodiment. We'll contrast the three distortions that crept in, distance, gatekeeping, fear economics, with the original pattern, proximity, practice, personal authority. No attacks, no straw men, just a return to the room where the teaching still breathes. If you're ready to test rather than argue, subscribe and tap the bell now. Then stay with me to the end. I'll give you the exact sacred alignment protocol and a one-sentence intention you can try tonight. And drop this in the comments, honest and sharp. Are you following a story about Jesus or a practice from Jesus? What's the evidence in your last 24 hours? Start with 3 simple switches and you'll feel the room change. Distance, proximity, belief, practice, permission, participation. Most of what shocked you in church came from a quiet drift, well-meaning, centuries long, away from what the master actually did toward what later institutions needed to manage. Thoth would call this a correspondence error, when the outer form keeps moving while the inner state stands still. The remedy isn't outrage, it's realignment. Distortion #1, distance. You were taught God is far, holiness is rare, and access is rented on Sundays. But listen to the phrases that survive the edits. The kingdom is within you. You will do greater works. When 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am there. That's proximity, not later, now, not elsewhere, here. Hermetically, distance produces superstition. Proximity produces coherence. Coherence is what turns parable into practice. Breath slows, attention widens, and your nervous system can carry more truth without snapping. That's why his miracles arrive in motion, on roads, at tables, in storms. Alignment first, then a world answering back. Distortion #2, gatekeeping. If grace is a product, someone must sell it. If authority is centralized, someone must police it. Yet Jesus keeps handing keys away to fishermen, tax collectors, women with reputations, doubters with questions. Freely you have received, freely give. In Thoth's lens, that's the law of vibration democratized. Lift your state and doors open because doors match. The name you gather in isn't a password, it's a frequency, a way of being recognizable to love. Distortion #3, Fear economics. Fear is a fantastic fundraiser, but it's terrible theology. The Nazarene repeatedly says, "Do not be afraid," not as a mood, but as a method. Fear collapses perception. Love widens it. When he touches lepers, eats with outcasts, calms a storm, he is training nervous systems to stay open under pressure, so compassion can do its quiet math. So what does following look like through Thoth's map? It looks like state before sight. You don't demand outcomes. You cultivate alignment and let outcomes correspond. You breathe slower, heart, mind, body in one rhythm. You speak one clean intention. Show me the next honest step. You forgive in private where it costs you. You choose a micro act of integrity and do it today. Then you watch reality rearrange around the new center you just installed. This isn't an argument against anyone's faith. It's an invitation to test mechanism. Keep your hymns, your memories, your community. Upgrade the engine. In the next part, we'll open the law of correspondence line by line and translate Jesus's parables into repeatable levers so practice stops floating and starts landing in your calendar. As within, so without isn't a motto, it's an operating system. Jesus teaches it in parables. Thoth names it outright. Read the stories as mechanisms and the fog lifts. Mustard seed, tiny, immense. He doesn't praise size, he praises coherence. A seed is small, but every part agrees on one outcome. That's faith. Not volume of belief, but alignment of faculties. Breath steady, attention single, emotion warm, story simple. Bring that seed state to any moment and it scales. Pearl of great price, trade many for one. The merchant sells all to buy a single pearl. That's not ascetic theater, that's noise reduction. You exchange 1,000 half intentions for one clean aim. In practice, one sentence. Show me the next honest step. Spoken once, then silence. Your nervous system stops hunting and starts hearing. New wine, old wineskins. Capacity before content. You can't pour new pattern into an old container. Translation. Your body must be able to hold the state you're asking for. Without breath and forgiveness, the pressure of new clarity bursts old habits. So you build capacity, coherence first, then receive. House on rock, stability under weather. Storms test foundations, not slogans. Rock equal sign repeated practice. Sand equal sign occasional inspiration. Your house is a routine you can execute under pressure. Breath, intention, micro-action. When rain hits, you don't negotiate, you remember. Mountain moving, state, sight. He says, say to this mountain, not obsess about the mountain. You speak from alignment, then do not check compulsively. Constant measuring collapses fragile states. Hold your posture. Let reality correspond in its timing. Here's your correspondence stack, lever by lever. 1 breath, physiology. In 4, out 6-8, shoulders soft, safety first. 2 attention, panoramic. Include edges of the room, narrator loses monopoly. 3 emotion, neutral warm, not hype. Availability, hand on heart if needed. 4 story, caption. From demand, I'm willing to see. 5 intention, pearl, 1 line, once. 6 embodiment, rock, the smallest act in 24H. 7 no check window, mountain, don't test. Steward conditions. 8 evidence ledger, seed. 5-word tag plus 1 paragraph of proof. Example, conflict with a friend. Old way, debate, justify, rehearse. Parable way, breathe. Caption, willing to see. 1-line intention. A micro act. Send an honest apology in 24H. No check window. Record outcome. Watch how doors that were spiritual yesterday become practical today. This is how Jesus's language and Thoth's law kiss. Parable names the pattern. Hermetics names the principle. You supply the practice. In the next part, we'll move from map to muscle. Sacred alignment, a 15-minute protocol you'll run tonight to collapse distance and install coherence where you actually live. don't argue your way into the kingdom, you align your way into it. This is the practice Jesus modeled in motion and Thoth names in principle. 15 minutes. No theatrics, no gatekeepers, just state, sight. Minute 1. Enter the room, choose proximity. One warm, dim light, phone out of reach, journal open, pen uncapped. Whisper, I am willing to see. Proximity, not performance. Minute 2. Coherence breath. Inhale 4, exhale 6-8 through the nose. Let your shoulders fall on their own. Safety first. Clarity follows safety. Minute 3. Panoramic attention. Soften your gaze. Include the edges of the room. Hear the farthest sound. Narrator volume drops when the field widens. Minute 4. The honest inventory. Name, without drama, where you're not living what you know. One sentence. I've been avoiding the call. Truth is the first gate. Minute 5. Micro forgiveness. Hand on heart. Inhale what hurts. Exhale release. No speeches. I release the version of me who needed that defense. Capacity before content. Minute 6. The pearl. One intention. One line, once. Show me the next honest step. No bargaining, no repetition. Seed, not shopping list. Minute 7. Lectio. One saying, one sip. Read a single line of teaching out loud. The kingdom is within you. Close the book. Let it echo. Don't explain it. Minute 8. Silence is altar. Feel 4 anchors. Temperature on skin, weight on seat, breath in ribs, heartbeat in chest. Stay. Do not improve the vibe. Minute 9. Ask, then stop asking. Inwardly, where would love move first? Then watch. If nothing rises, the void is organizing you. Trust non-interference. Minute 10. Receive lightly. When a word, image, or sensation arrives, don't pounce. 5-word tag in the margin. Call her, tell the truth. If it fades, let it. If it's real, it repeats. Minute 11. Embodiment cue. Decide the smallest action within 24 hours that would prove the word is real. A message sent, a boundary kept, an apology made. Minute 12. Bless the obstacle. Name the mountain once. Don't rehearse it. Speak from alignment. Be moved. Install your no-check window for the next 24 hours. Minute 13. Seal. One slow exhale. Whisper, as within, so without. So next. Close your eyes for 3 breaths. Minute 14. Evidence paragraph. Write exactly what landed, no embellishment, and the micro-action you'll take. This is how parable becomes proof. Minute 15. Leave as participant. Stand slowly. Do the action you can do now. Draft the text. Set the calendar block. Don't explain. Demonstrate. Keep the rhythm twice this week. Hold proximity. Reduce noise. Trade many for one. In the next part, we'll test the practice in real life. Tough conversations, anxious nights, unfair odds, and watch correspondence turn sermon into schedule.
Parables are blueprints. Life is the lab. You don't prove alignment in a quiet room. You prove it in weather. 3 arenas: the hard conversation, the anxious night, and the unfair odds. Same engine every time. State, sight, step. No check window. Evidence. A. The hard conversation. Calming the storm. Before you speak, you stabilize. 2 minutes of coherence breath. In 4. Out 6-8. Panoramic attention. Include wall, floor, air. Caption shift from win this to willing to see. Pray like a mechanic, not a beggar. Peace, be still. In me first. Now the script. 3 sentences, no extras. 1 truth. I've been avoiding saying this. 2 need. I need X because it keeps me honest. 3 offer. Here's 1 step I can take. Deliver it once. Then no check the outcome for 24 hours. Your proof isn't their reaction, it's your alignment. Ledger it. State, message, action, result. Rating 0-3. B. The anxious night, walking on water. Anxiety is energy without a container. Capacity before content. Lights down. Hand on heart. Breathe until the exhale lengthens itself. Read 1 line out loud. The kingdom is within you. Ask once. Show me what I'm ready to release. If the mind chases outcomes, label it caption and return to 4 anchors: temperature, weight, breath, heartbeat. When an image lands, door, tide, lamp, don't decode, receive. 5-word tag, 1 paragraph of evidence. Install a sleep no check window till morning. Tomorrow you act on the smallest step. Email, boundary, cancellation. You didn't beat anxiety, you gave it a riverbed. C. The unfair odds, 5 loaves, 2 fish. Scarcity shouts, coherence whispers. List your resources on paper, even if tiny. Bless them out loud, yes, literally. Thank you for what's here. Then trade many for one, the pearl move. 1 clean step that multiplies. A call, a prototype, a 2-paragraph proposal. Plant it today. Refuse compulsive status checks for 24 hours. Miracles in Scripture aren't spectacle. They're correspondence, gratitude, clarity, distribution, surplus. You're not faking abundance. You're making room for it to scale. 2 universal guardrails. Do not upgrade the vibe mid-flow. Switching tracks is often an exit in disguise. Do not narrate your courage online before it acts. Early talk spends the charge. Demonstrate, then, if useful, describe. This is discipleship as method. Proximity over performance, practice over posture. In the next part, we'll open the mechanics of forgiveness and authority, why releasing debt expands capacity, and how clean boundaries keep you from outsourcing your crown.
Forgiveness in this frame isn't amnesia, excuse, or reunion. It's capacity. Jesus says, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive," not to protect offenders, but to free attention from endless invoicing. Thoth would call it noise reduction. Release the loop that burns power, then choose clean authority, the boundary that guards your field. Together, they form one motion: open, govern, forgiveness, reconciliation. Reconciliation is 2-sided and earned. Forgiveness is 1-sided stewardship. You can release a debt and still keep distance. This is not bypass. It's breath before bridge. Render unto Caesar is a boundary sentence. Go in peace is a release. Coherence first. Contact maybe. Mechanics. 4 moves. 1. Name the debt precisely. Not "they're terrible," but "they lied about X and I lost Y." Write the cost in your ledger. Precision drains poison. 2. Release the invoice. Hand on heart. Exhale long. I cancel this debt. I reclaim my attention. You're not erasing history. You're closing a tab that kept reloading. 3. Bless to unhook. Not because they deserve it, because you deserve your bandwidth. May they learn. May I be free. Blessing dissolves the Velcro. 4. Install authority. Decide the smallest boundary that keeps your field clear. No late-night replies, meetings with a third person, no more loans. Authority is love with a backbone. 10-minute forgiveness, authority drill. Minute 1, 2, coherence breath, in 4, out 6, 8. Panoramic attention, room, floor, air. Minute 3, write the exact debt and the cost, time, money, trust. Minute 4, feel the cost for 3 breaths. No story, just sensation. Minute 5, speak once. I cancel this debt. I reclaim my attention. Minute 6, bless to unhook. I release you to your lessons. I keep my crown. Minute 7, write a boundary sentence in 12 words or fewer. Minute 8, schedule the smallest enforcement step. Mute, calendar block, script line. Minute 9, install a 24H no-check window. No peeking, no testing, no speeches. Minute 10, ledger it. State, message, action, result, rating, 0-3. Why this works, correspondence. Unreleased debt keeps your nervous system braced. Braced systems can't carry clearer signal. Forgiveness expands the vessel. Authority keeps it clean. That's new wine in new skins. Capacity before content. That's 70 times 7. Repetition is training, not tally. That's he taught with authority, not as the scribes. Coherence embodied, not credentials displayed. Safety note: forgiveness never requires re-entry into harm. Keep distance where needed. Coherence without self-protection is theater. You're feeling the room widen already. Next, we'll decode the name as frequency, what it means to gather in my name as a state, and how shared alignment multiplies outcomes in the field. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. Read that as mechanism, not membership. In 1st century Aramaic, name points to essence, the recognizable state of a person. To gather in my name means to assemble inside the frequency Jesus embodied. Mercy with a backbone, truth without theatrical fear, attention wide enough to hold storms without snapping. Thoth would call it resonance, states in train. Coherence multiplies. You don't summon a distant guest, you match the pattern and it appears. Here's the drift most miss. People chant the name as a password while carrying a nervous system set to panic or performance. Passwords don't move mountains, posture does. The field answers state, so we make state practical in community. The triad protocol, 15 minutes, no guru. Roles, speaker, witness, anchor, rotate each round. 1 arrival, 2 minutes. All 3 do coherence breath. In 4, out 6, 8. Panoramic attention, include walls, floor, air. Whisper the shared caption, we are willing to see. 2, 1 pearl, 1 minute. Speaker reads a single line of teaching aloud. The kingdom is within you, no commentary. 3, confession as data, 2 minutes. Speaker names the precise place they're not living what they know. 1 sentence, no story. 4, receiving, 3 minutes, silence. All hold the speaker with soft eyes, no fixing. If an image word lands for the speaker, they jot a 5-word tag. 5, mirroring, 3 minutes. Witness repeats back the speaker's words verbatim, short and clean. Anchor says 1 sentence only. I recognize your coherence. No advice, no theology. 6, embodiment, 2 minutes. Speaker names the smallest action within 24 hours that would prove the word is real. All 3 schedule it. 7, seal, 2 minutes. Together, 1 slow exhale. As within, so without, so next. Install a 24H no-check window. No debrief loops, no outcome chasing. Why it works. You trade performance for presence. 3 nervous systems breathing together extend capacity. The DMN loses its monopoly. Pattern can repeat. The among them isn't mystical favoritism, it's correspondence. Shared alignment generating a stable field where the teaching can land as instruction, not entertainment. Guardrails, no fixing, mirroring only. Advice is often control in costume. No gossip. Talking about the moment spends the charge. Demonstrate first, describe later. No tallying, role rotate so authority circulates. The name isn't a brand, it's a behavior. Do this once a week with 2 people you trust. Keep minutes, not manifestos. State, word, microact, result, rating, 0-3. After 4 rounds, watch how conversations get shorter, actions get smaller and braver, and outcomes start to correspond. Next up, the final part. We'll fuse everything into a 7-day sacred alignment challenge and close with a vow you can carry into work, family, and the storm. You don't need a new religion. You need repeatable proximity, a way to carry the frequency the Master embodied into the hours you actually live. This is your 7-day field test. No guru, no theatrics, just state, sight, step, no check window, evidence. If it's real, it repeats. If it's yours, it corresponds. Day 1, proximity. Run the 15-minute sacred alignment once. Part 4, 1-line intention, spoken once. Show me the next honest step. Do the smallest act inside 24 hours. Log it in the evidence ledger. State, message, action, result, rating 0-3. Install a 24H no-check window. Day 2, Pearl. Trade many for 1. Subtract a noise source, notification, doom scroll slot. Keep the same hour, same seat. Consistency is memory. Memory becomes a door. Ledger your proof. Day 3, forgiveness and authority. Run the 10-minute drill. Part 6. Cancel 1 precise debt.
Bless to unhook. Write a boundary sentence in 2 to 12 words. Schedule enforcement. You're expanding the vessel and guarding the field. Day 4. The name is frequency. Find 2 people. Run the triad protocol. Part 7. No fixing, only mirroring. Each person leaves with 1 microact. Hold a shared 24H no-check window. Day 5. Storm practice. Choose the hard conversation you've been avoiding. Breathe, widen attention, caption, willing to see. Deliver 3 clean sentences, truth, need, offer. Ledger alignment, not their reaction. Day 6. Mustard seed. Do something tiny and exact that scales. A 2-paragraph proposal, 10 minutes of craft, a single honest email. Seed equals sign coherence, not size. Rate the signal after 24 hours. Day 7. Audit and Sabbath. Open the ledger. Read the week. Where did proximity bend outcomes? Where did checking collapse them? Write a 1-line adjustment for next week. Then rest, not as escape, but as trust. Rules of the field. Keep them simple. 1-sentence law. Intention once. Repetition equals sign rumination. 3 adjustment rule. Light, sound, posture. Max 3 tweaks total. After that, stillness wins. Demonstrate. Don't explain. Act first, talk later. Ledger or it didn't happen. 5-word tag plus 1 paragraph of evidence. No check windows. In session, 10-15 minutes. Post session, 24H. Now the vow. Say it out loud, slow. I choose proximity over performance. Practice over posture. Coherence over fear. As within, so without. So next, I release the debt. I keep my crown. I gather in the name as frequency. Mercy with a backbone. Truth without theatrics. I will see, and I will do today. This is not a debate. It's a door. Walk it for 7 days and watch your life answer back. If this stirred something real, subscribe and tap the bell. Because next we open the void before breakthrough. How to hold the neutral plateau without collapsing the pattern, and how mountains move when you stop checking and start corresponding.